Thank you guys for all your comments here. I'm enjoying the information. I love the advice for a niche in becoming a subject matter expert in IT. Are these roles IC role? Are these roles IC roles? I'm a project manager for infrastructure for SRE teams, plus a couple of Scrum teams. I'm dying. I'm dying. The Z's are stressed, stressing my life.
Oh yeah, because I said disease. They just different, man. One of my homies, I love him, man. I was yelling at him. He like 6'8", 400. I'm like, why do you look like you gonna cry, man? I'm yelling at you because I like you, man. But the industrial controls, I think that's what he said. And the hidden gem for GRC, and I'll let you chime in, is half the times you end up project managing stuff because Poem is basically a schedule. So you end up, unless you work for a big company, you're running the schedule when stuff's gonna get fixed, when stuff is due, depending on if it's a cat one or critical, it got to be fixed in 30, 90, 60 days. So you end up PMing. SRE, shout out to that reliability engineer. You make sure stuff never goes down from AWS. So I've actually studied that. So you got a lot of good stuff. So the question is, what's the question?
What's the question?
Do you want to get a GRC? I'm assuming IC is industrial controls. With this, you can definitely get into GRC. So
He goes on to say
okay.
individual contributions.
Okay.
I don't want to be responsible for someone else's deliverable or have them report to me.
That's cool for GRC, especially I work for bigger clients. We usually have a PM I work for. So my job is to figure out what those action items are and get those in there because most PMs don't really know what the security items are for a security reviewer of assessments. So I usually give those to the PM and they drive the deliverables. So my job is to make sure those deliverables get delivered, but I'm not responsible. So like we give the admin the checks, PM's responsible for making sure those checks get put on for the STIGs. My job is if he has any problems, he reach out to me. So that's kind of delineation. But in smaller companies, I end up usually PMing. So what's your thoughts on that?
What I'm doing right now is PM work. I'm doing information system security officer work with Department of Homeland Security. And what we're doing is it's not I'm not as hands-on as I usually am. So I'm doing a lot of meetings, and I often will refer to myself as a security secretary because all I'm doing is all I'm doing is coordinating the meetings and putting the things together. It's frustrating because I don't have hands-on. They're asking me, "Oh, what's this GPO? What's going on with this?" I'm like, I don't have any insight into that. I don't have. You guys have made me a project manager. That's what I'm doing right now. I do that? Maybe, but I don't have any exposure to that. So I'm just doing I stay in my lane, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to deliver to you. And as far as deliverables, I have to pull in other people to get things done, and we are sharing the load on the responsibility of the deliverables. It does not come down to one person.
Yeah.
So it's all of us as a team. And if we didn't deliver it on time, then we didn't deliver it on time. So
GRC though, and I'm like you, I got a lot of technical background, but a lot of times in GRC, they have an essay that's in charge of GPOs. That's not my lane. Now I can assist, but and I was pissing people off because as a younger guy, I want to step on people's toes and get stuff, but that's that division's job. They usually have a web admin, a DBA. That's their responsibility to do, or a Windows admin. That's their responsibility to do those security things. My job is to oversee it and assess it. Now, if I got PMs, I got to make sure you meet that deadline, but those aren't my responsibility. And as I get older too, I want young people to grow. So I'm like, here's your security things. Let me help you become a better admin. Let me help you become a better SRE. So to make sure we failing over to another AZ or another region, right? I'm trying to get you new skills. So that's how I do it, right? But if I need to roll my sleeves up, I can. But as I get older, those are requirements, especially for the younger guys to get better. And that's stuff they can put on their resume. So they really geeked up because I tell them, you can get 30% more. You get your security down player. Now you a security admin with those skills. So that's how I sell it to give those younger guys more skills. And usually they really love it because they start looking Indeed. They like, oh, those guys make more money, right? Because now you part of security, right? So that's right. Those aren't my deliverables. And I try to, once again, let the young guys learn and coach those guys up on those GPOs, ACLs, UMass, Zero Trust, how we doing network segmentation. Intune now, Microsoft has their whole threat analysis they're doing, making sure those products, etc. But like you said, those are my action items. I assess those. I don't build those, right? So
Yeah, this is actually a good. It's really an interesting comment he made here, because this is something I'm hitting right now, where we had an ATL and I get called in, and they'll be yelling at me about something.
yeah.
And ultimately, when it comes down to it, my deliverables are the SOPs,
Mhm.
the security, the standard operating procedures, the system security plan. I got very specific deliverables.
Mhm.
As far as everything else, I'm a part of a team. Like we're all of us are delivering something to get this thing approved. As I've gotten more mature, I just realized I'm not going to stress myself out about something that's not on my plate. This is all of us, and all of us as a team have to come together and get this thing done. Let me see. I got a few more questions, and then
Hold
I
on, let
will.
me chime in on that. Just one little thing is he 100% right, but what PBO does is I make sure the PM has the deliverables. My SSP's on time, my stuff. GPO's that's in charge of the infrastructure manager to make sure that gets done. That's not a PBO deliverable, even though it's us. What's my favorite boss? I don't want the other part of we to get us in trouble. So PBO try to make sure they got team behind. So PBO stuff now. If the infrastructure need my help, I'm here, man. If the DBA need my help, but they have their own managers and their own deliverables. So what's your thoughts on that? PBO ain't trying to get yelled at. I've been yelled at by 2-star generals. That's how I let the
Hey,
other part we
I,
part of us
I'm
we in
learning from
trouble.
you.
Go
I'm
ahead.
learning from your wisdom right there. That's
Oh
something
yeah, yeah.
I need to keep in mind.
Yeah. So because people, it's a weird tell. People start getting yelled at, right? It's a weird because I be yelled at times too. Start so I let it know. PBO stuff was on task. PBO asked the web team. They told PBO they didn't need anything. So just let me know what you need. They start yelling at them. So I don't let the other part of us get we in trouble. That's what my boss was just like. Don't let the other part of us get we in trouble. So nah, PBO ain't trying. Now if I make a mistake, I'll be the first one. That's my bad. I own it. But I ain't trying to get yelled at because y'all didn't know what y'all was doing. But go ahead.
That was really good. I love that. I'm about to keep that in mind.